What is going on, guys? My name is Kenji and welcome back to the channel. Hopefully it's not the first time you're watching one of my videos, but just in case it is, I'm a doctor working in London. And guys, in this video, I'll be taking you through all of the very cheap purchases that I use on a daily basis as a medical student and up until today as a doctor whenever I need to do any bit of studying that have really contributed to making these study sessions or these work sessions so much more pleasurable, meaning I'm a lot more likely to actually sit down and study. So let's go ahead and get started with the first purchase that really changed my life, being this thermos over here. I don't actually know if that's how you say it, thermos, but this thermos is basically an insulated cup. I've actually featured it so many times on my channel, and the reason why I really advocate for having one of these whenever you're working is because you guys know what it's like when you're in the library and you have a cup from Costa. Within the next 20 minutes or so, your tea is really disgustingly cold, and for me that's just something that I just don't enjoy whatsoever. So it's so important whenever I wake up in the morning and I have a big work session going on, whether I'm in the library or just recording these YouTube videos, I'll immediately make a nice cup of coffee. And the amazing thing is these thermos flasks actually keep your coffee or tea hot for like 12 hours. I literally make this once in the morning, and when I leave to go to work up until 4 p.m, it's still nice and warm. So if you want to enjoy your session and you're revising, you're studying, it's so nice just to sip on a nice warm cup of coffee. And I really highly recommend you guys invest in one of these. Honestly, it will change the way you work and the way you revise by just having this quick, nice cup of coffee. The second thing when it came to studying that really helped me work are these glass sand timers. Now, unfortunately, I don't have them here physically to show you guys because they fell off my desk when I was in the moving process and they broke. But the reason why I liked these glass sand timers is, for me personally, whenever I revised, I liked having a kind of visual representation of how much I'm actually working and how much time I have left. I personally use the Pomodoro method, so I work for 25 minutes or half an hour and take a 5-minute break. And being able to just visually see how much time I have left on my Pomodoro timer was actually such a game changer. And whenever I felt like I wanted to take a 5-minute break here or there, I didn't want to go on my phone. I wanted my phone to be on the other side of the room, so I'm not tempted to use it. So just having these sand timers and easily and quickly flipping them over to turn on a quick 5-minute break timer was lovely. So I know that when it reaches the bottom, I need to get back to work and I'm not caught on my phone procrastinating, setting timers and then accidentally ending up on Instagram for half an hour. Having a nice visual representation on your desk for any sort of timer that you need really helped me change the game in terms of my studying. Now, moving on to the next essential purchase when it comes to actually studying is my earplugs or my noise cancelling headphones, which I have over here. Now, there's really two things here you can use when you're studying. First, like I said, are these earplugs. These are just normal kind of plastic earplugs that go into your ears. This is obviously a bit more expensive, but alternatively, you can use any sort of noise cancelling over the head headphones. The ones that I use are these Bose QC35 Mark II headphones. Absolutely amazing. Alternatively, I also have my AirPods Pro, which again are so good to cancel noise. Again, the reason why this is important is if you're in a public study area. So I personally like studying in the library or studying in a coffee shop. The most distracting thing, at least for me, is having noises, hearing people laughing, hearing conversations on my left. And if you're studying and you want to be really focused, it's super important to cancel out the noise. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but on your actual iPhone, if you go onto the accessibility settings, you can actually activate these kind of background sounds to hide the noise around you. So as you can see here on my screen, I click on background sounds. If I turn it on, you can hear this sort of dark noise. You can also put on balanced noise, ocean sounds, rain sounds, stream sounds. There's literally loads of different background sounds that you can add to these earphones whenever you're studying. And I almost always have these on. I just like having background noise to cancel out all the noise whenever I'm doing any sort of work session that I want to be, engaged in. Now, next up on the list of purchases that really helped me out when studying is this Anki speaker or any sort of Bluetooth speaker that you might have. As I mentioned, the one I have is this Anki Soundcore speaker. Super cheap to buy on Amazon. And the reason why I like having it whenever I'm studying is if I'm not in a public place like a library or a coffee shop and I'm just at home in this environment studying, and it's super nice just to have on my desk and play a sort of relaxing jazz cafe music. So if there's loads of background noise, I cancel it out like in a coffee shop. But if I'm at home, I like having relaxing sounds in the background. The one I listen to is a jazz playlist on Spotify, and I love having that in the background. I also like having some sort of movie soundtracks like Harry Potter that I really enjoy day, and just some sort of cozy environmental music that allows me to be in the mood whenever I'm revising, and also can kind of make revising a lot less boring to actually engage in. By just having this sort of environment that you set up for yourself, you have your nice hot coffee there, you have the nice relaxing coffee shop music in the background. Honestly, it's a game changer. So I want to take a very quick break from the video to tell you guys about doctors.net, who are kindly sponsoring the video. Now, working as a doctor, as we all know, is super stressful and it's very hard to juggle all the things you need to do. That's including the workload pressures, all the CPD requirements and portfolio requirements, and the medical legal concerns. There's so much involved in the job that goes into it other than what you might see on the surface. And that's why doctors.net is here to help all of us doctors. Over the last 25 years, doctors.net has brought all of us doctors together in a safe and exclusive environment with over 250,000 GMC registered doctors, in an environment that we can come together, we can help each other and support one another whilst also keeping up to date with any relevant healthcare news. It's a completely free service that allows you to stay ahead of the game when it comes to your professional development with CPD programs. There's also loads of expert financial advisors that can help you with your NHS pension, and you can also get help to reduce stress and burnout in the profession. Doctors.net will support you from the very first day of joining medical school and throughout your career progression, and you're also able to get a free @doctors.org.uk email address, which will stay with you throughout your entire career. If you guys want to register completely for free today and join the largest UK community of qualified GMC doctors, I'll leave a link down below for you guys to go ahead and check out. Now, moving on back to the video, the next purchase that I really love when it comes to studying are these sticky notes. Now, the reason why I use sticky notes is that whenever I'm studying and there's something I need to remind myself, whether it's a small task that I need to get done through my study session, or maybe it's a kind of a prompt to memorize something, whatever it might be, sticky notes are super useful to have, and I actually have them all over my desk. I have all of today's to-do list up over there, and whenever I'm working like how I am here today, it's useful to be able to look up ahead and see everything that I have planned out for the rest of the day, and that's only one use of these sticky notes. Now, the next purchase I highly recommend you guys check out is this magic whiteboard. I don't actually have mine to show you guys here because it's in my room, but it's essentially a whiteboard that can stick on any sort of surface using magnetic static electricity. You literally just put it on the wall and it will stick there, and you can essentially turn any sort of surface, whether it's a table or a wall, into a whiteboard. The reason why I like this when I'm studying is I sometimes like to stick it on my desk or on the wall and write down the things that I want to memorize today, and also acts as a prompt for when I come into the room the next day. I can literally look at the wall and try to remember what I wrote down on there. It also works as a calendar, or you can also use it as a kind of to-do list reminder. Whatever you want to do, whatever you need, you can have a huge massive whiteboard on your wall very cheaply, and I highly recommend you guys check that out. The next purchase was an absolute game changer when it came to studying. It's similar to my thermos. This is my insulated water bottle, and it's literally so big. It carries around, I think, 2 liters of water. The reason why I love this is when I go to the library and I'm going to work, one thing I personally don't like is firstly going back and forth to the water dispenser all day long. But secondly, I really don't like warm water. I love, having nice, cold, refreshed water or juice immediately from wherever I'm working. And the really cool thing, it has one of these kind of straw tops as well. So whenever I'm working, I can literally have it here on my desk on the left and just sip on it all day long and get a nice, cold, kind of refreshing feeling in my mouth whenever I'm actually revising. So warm drinks are in my thermos, cold, super cold drinks are in my insulated water bottle. And this can also work as a thermos. If you don't have any cold drinks in here, it can also keep hot drinks hot for around 10 hours as well. So again, it's these kind of small things that just add to my enjoyment of sitting down at my desk and working, having a nice cold drink and a nice hot drink whenever I need it at an instant. Now, the next cheap purchases that really helped me revise are actually over here on my phone. The first thing I highly recommend you guys check out is Forest. The reason why I love Forest is you can actually set a timer on your phone. Let's say a 45-minute timer, and you can plant a tree. Now, it's really cool, but this actually stops me, believe it or not, from going on my phone very often. Because I've set this 45-minute timer here, if I actually leave the app to go on anything that distracts me, like Instagram or literally anything else other than this Forest app, then it will actually kill the tree. And I know it's not that important, but I actually get so addicted to just planting trees all day long. And even if I'm not revising, if I want to just be in the moment and stay away from my phone, I'll plant a tree, put it on there for 1 hour, and it's a nice little challenge to stop me from going on my phone by just having this tree planted and not giving up on my tree. So it's super helpful when it comes to revising because you're able to actually stay away from your phone. And like I said, if I just go on any sort of app and I give up, it will kill my tree and kill my forest, and that's not what I want. The next app I highly recommend you guys check out, not very, very expensive, I think it costs around maybe £5-10, is Anki. Anki is the go-to flashcard app that I use over my phone. I don't actually have any Anki decks right now because I haven't revised for an exam in so long, but Anki is the flashcard go-to app that I use all the time. And the reason why it's so useful to have it on my phone is if I'm on the London Underground, it's so useful to just bring out my phone and be able to go through my flashcards every single day, you know, wherever I have 5 minutes or 10 minutes left to spare. Now, the next and final purchase that I really highly recommend you guys check out is a laptop stand. And this changed the game for me because of my posture. When I was sitting down as a medical student revising for 10 or 12 hours straight, I actually ended up having an arch in my back because I'd spend so much time on my laptop leaning forward, and actually led me to have long-term back pain, which was there for quite a while because of just sitting here and not keeping my back in a good proper posture. Now, this laptop stand, I'll quickly show you guys over here. As you can see here, it elevates my laptop to the point where it's so easy to just have my back nice and straight. And then what I do is I connect that to a Bluetooth keyboard over here, which I can use, and it puts the laptop in line with my head, so I'm not, you know, arching over and damaging my back. And this is the stand, as you can see here, and it just makes studying so much more enjoyable and so much more better for my back and my posture. This means I'm able to, like I said, work for 10 hours straight without really getting any back pain and feeling a lot more comfortable whenever I'm actually sat down working. And those are all pretty much the small purchases that have really added value to my life as a medical student back in the day. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if it's helped you out in any way or form, please drop a like, make sure you subscribe with notifications on to never miss another upload. And before you leave, here are a bunch of videos on my channel that you might enjoy checking out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.